what, in the interest of time, I'm going to move from that question to ask, where are we in Manhattanville? And what could this group expect to be hearing about Manhattanville over the next year or two?
I think it's important first to start by telling you that Manhattanville is very real. One great quality of Columbia University, we could say this about any of its parts, is its skepticism. We're great skeptics. But I have to tell you that Columbia is real, and specifically, Robert, in response to your question, what that means is not only have we, I would say, for the future of the university, have already secured the zoning of the area, so we have a right by New York City zoning, we have the right to build 6.8 million square feet. And if we put that in the context of McVicker for a second, what's interesting about McVicker is not only we have a great result, we could have maybe we could have done a little bit better. We always feel we could do a little bit better, but we have a great result in McVicker. The reality is the university didn't need to seek anybody's permission to deliver McVicker. Yet we were very involved in conversation with our local community, and what the community basically did was said no to what the original plan was for McVicker. And that's in a relationship where we don't need permission. So if you bring that to Manhattanville and take a step back and realize that what we did in sort of one fell swoop, even though it took us 2 or 3 years to do that, is we've secured the right to build 6.8 million square feet really without any further approvals required from the city or the state, and that's a pretty remarkable achievement. So what is going to happen over the course of the next 6 or 9 months in Manhattanville, and if you have the chance to walk past there at some point over the weekend, what you'll see is that work is already underway. We are in the ground, literally, on Broadway and 129th Street, taking out old utilities and putting in new utilities. And you'll also see a lot of sidewalk bridging. You know, that typical scaffolding that you see around New York City. We have that around a very sizable portion of the first block of development, which is from 130th Street to 129th Street on Broadway, and then down 129th Street where it intersects with 125th Street. So the reason that sidewalk bridging is up is we're about to start demolishing several buildings that are on the first block. So there's a very tall white building, Hudson Moving and Storage, which we acquired within the last 18 months from an owner who said that that would never happen. And she's one of our best friends, actually. We relocated her business to the east side of Broadway, so her business continues to operate in the neighborhood, and we're building a relocation site for her. So what we'll start to do over the next 2 months is take down the facade of that building, and we're going to retain elements of that facade and move them onto a new building that will be constructed very close to the medical center. So in very real ways, despite despite our collective skepticism, the reality of Manhattanville is really upon us. So streets are being ripped up, utilities being replaced, and the first phase of demolition will happen during this academic year.